I will be playing Gwendolyn von Wunderhelt. She is a very fashionable toreador who idolizes Lady Jean a bit. And yeah, that's me.
I'm playing Fenrir, the gangrel. Also, Fuse Tea sponsor us, maybe, I don't know. I'm going to be drinking you all day, so it's, if you want to.
I poured it in the cap.
I am a Viking biker, so that's fun.
Yeah, I'm playing Mick, a half-blood police officer that works for the Inquisition. We just got turned last session, if you guys didn't tune in.
Well, you and Sasha got turned last session.
Yeah.
Me and Finn's been around the corner for a minute.
Alright, Mary, I think it's your turn.
Okay, well, hello, I'm Mary, and I'm playing Sasha. She's a baby new spanking vampire right now. She's still in the denial phase. That's where we left off. She doesn't think the vampires are real. But if they are, she's gonna start a new application. Blood, Uber Eats.
And we were teaching her the ways of vampire by comparing True Blood. So.
And Twilight.
And Edmund. Edmund was glad you didn't use Twilight. He said if you'd have fucking used Twilight, he probably would have lost it. Anything else, Mary?
Fair.
So, before we start the session, I think we need to do the warning.
Then take it away.
Okay. The following presentation may and most likely will contain strong adult language, graphic descriptions of excessive violence, possibly sexual themes and other scary stuff, which may be disturbing for some audience. Viewer discretion is advised. That's it.
Thank you very much for that. As Mary stated in that, Vampire the Masquerade and the World of Darkness is a very dark place. The World of Darkness system is a system of personal horror. You run into content that will make people uncomfortable. So please, if at any point you start to feel uncomfortable, feel free to step away from the computer. Shut the stream off completely. Or just walk away and come back till that scene's over. We want you to enjoy it. We understand that some things will trigger people. We are not trying to hurt anyone. We do care about our viewers. So with that being said, I'm Jeremy. I'm better known as Darth and Tremre all over the interwebs. Former storyteller of Savannah by Night. I do some storytelling on a couple other channels here and there for one-shots. But this is not about me. It's about the people that are playing this game. So, with that being said, let's tell an Anarch story. So when we left off last, a lot of things had happened. Gwen had gone by to see Fenrir to talk to him after an upsetting phone call being told that she couldn't hold her fancy shindig at his place anymore. Sasha was on her way to a private meeting with Chandra, someone she knew through the hacker network. And began to notice some odd things about similar vans in different areas of different blocks of the city, which made Chandra very uneasy. There was a firefight, and Sasha, not Mary, was wounded. And as Chandra came to the alley, she was hurt pretty bad too, but she insisted on checking on Sasha. And Chandra's beast took over, and she began to drain Sasha. Realizing her folly, and and what was about to happen to Sasha, she fed her blood to Sasha, turning Sasha into a neonate vampire. Mick was on a mission with the Second Inquisition, scoping out Fenrir's bar. They were planning some raids, and was sent to follow Sasha and Mary. Just before the firefight broke out, Mick was kind of lost track and turned down an alley. And as he was walking down the alley, a leg came out of nowhere, tripping him, and then he was immediately picked up and pinned to the wall and told to forget that you ever saw me, as a kindred sunk his fangs into Mick and drained him dry and turned him into a vampire. Still yet, we saw as Fenrir went to visit an elderly lady to check up on her. Seeing a side of Fenrir that not many see. Probably no one has seen this side of Fenrir, but we were able to get a glimpse into that. Gwen and Fenrir had a visit from the Baron, Caden Cross, the La Sombra, Baron of London. And he warned them that there could possibly be Second Inquisition task force beginning to take surgical strikes. And as we got the two neonates back to Fenrir's bar, Sasha was in denial. Mick was confused, a rope tied to a chair, tried to escape, but it really didn't work out for him because Garrett's pretty badass. And then, of course, there was the punching from Fenrir and the headbutt. And as Fenrir and Gwen tried to explain the customs of the Masquerade, which the Anarchs follow very loosely, they made a comment about a certain vampire movie or TV show, and that was when the Nosferatu Edmund appeared and told them he was glad they at least didn't say Twilight. So we're going to pick up with Fenrir and Mick. So as the camera pans in, both Fenrir and Mick have recently headbutted each other and are kind of clearing the cobwebs. Garrett is standing to the side waiting in case Mick tries to do something to intervene.
I hold my hand up to Garrett and I go, "It's fine, I like the spark of this one. Look, you're a new vampire. Your friends out there, they're not your friends anymore. Work with me, and I'll make sure that you don't die."
Doesn't seem like I have another option.
Well, you do have another option. I could rip your fucking head off.
This is true.
How many are outside? Are they still outside?
Garrett
I don't know if they're still outside. I've been out for a while.
Garrett kind of looks at you. He's like, when you sent everybody else but the gang scattering, other than the cars that are supposed to be here, there was nothing out of the ordinary.
Did I see a van when we went to go find Sasha?
You did not, because both of you rolled really low perceptions.
Fair enough.
Or wits awareness, I should say, but perception.
Right.
Edmund kind of has been watching you go through this with Mick. Don't forget that you need to bring these two to the Baron at some point so that they can be introduced to him. I will inform him of what has happened, and we will make plans to strengthen the kindred defenses of London once again. We cannot afford for another Operation First Light or another First Light team to cleanse this area of our kind.
Yeah, it's not nice running like a bunch of rabbits.
And as you say that, he kind of just he's there 1 minute and then he's just gone.
I turn back to Mick and I go, "All right, Mick. Did he give me his name yet? Actually,
He has not given you his name yet.
all right, newbie, get up."
I'm kind of a little tied up at the moment.
Oh, that's right. I'll pull my big knife out and I'll cut the ropes.
All right, and I assume at this point I would stumble up to my feet and reach out a hand and go, "Name's Mick."
I'll shake your hand, Fenrir.
I know.
Oh yeah, everybody else told you, and I told
that,
you.
That and he probably has intel on you, or had intel on you.
Yeah, I mean, it's not hard to tell that there's a kindred presence when you throw people about 20 feet when they get kicked out.
Well, I thought that they might think it was because of my size. So what all do you know about us? Particularly me.
They like to keep us in the dark. All we were told is to look out for activity.
And do you know where other people were stationed at today? Because you had a group of people that died to a vampire.
Do I know?
No, each team was given. You were the first team to leave.
We were the first to go, and again, they like to leave us in the dark about this stuff. Otherwise, things like this happen.
Well, I feel like whoever turned you must have turned Sasha and then killed your friends.
Sasha. As Fenrir is questioning Mick about how many others, it brings back to your kind of hazy memory multiple vans of a certain make throughout several blocks of the city that you know that kindred tend to inhabit or frequent.
I don't think I would be listening really to their conversation though right now. I think I would be questioning Gwen about what's the lore here. So we don't like go and sparkle in the sun. Do you like?
Do you say that out loud?
Yes, yes. I say it to you.
Okay. None of us sparkle in the sun. That is just I don't know what to call it.
Okay,
But no,
do
we
you
don't
sleep in
sparkle.
coffins? Do you have like super fast regenerative powers? So if you cut out your hand off right now, it would just grow back?
That is something I don't know in character. I like out of character.
So out of character, you know that different clans, different kindred, have different abilities. As far as like chopping off an arm or a leg and it growing back like instantly, it still takes time because you have to heal that. So it's not an instant heal. It takes some time and some effort, and you have to spend blood to do it.
Can all kindred do that, or is it just certain clans?
Yeah. I mean, all kindred can slowly heal. Some are better than others, but though that clan was supposedly wiped out by the Tremre.
What clan was that?
The Salubri.
There is some clans that was able to do that. They're not around anymore. We heal. It takes us time. Pretty sure we can heal back a hand or a leg. I mean, it's not like dead rule or anything, but I mean, it takes a while.
Okay.
And no, I don't sleep in a coffin. I sleep in a California king-size bed.
I'm trying to think of other things about the vampires I saw in the movies, but never was interested. Always seemed kind of meh. Werewolves are cooler. Why are you playing vampires instead of werewolves?
Playing vampires. We are vampires. And the werewolves are a thing. They're a thing that you don't want to mess with, that's for certain.
Well, sure, I'll play along, but morning is gonna come, sun will come out, unless you can also walk in the sun for some reason.
No. Lovely, we cannot walk into the sun.
Well, then it's gonna get proved or disproved soon enough.
You know what? Yes. Into the sun the first thing tomorrow.
Sure. Yeah.
And then you'll believe us.
Yeah, I'll believe you. Sure.
She's like a baby. I turned to Fenrir.
Well, she is a baby.
I mean, I'm
That's a good point. You are a baby.
but I wouldn't call myself a baby.
You're a baby compared to us.
Oh yeah, 'cause you're hundreds years old and sure. Yeah, I'm baby compared to you.
But
And
Fenrir,
speaking
how
of
old are you?
werewolves, I don't know. I lost count after like 900.
Compared to 103, 4, something like that.
And speaking of werewolves, yeah, you don't want to find those.
Yeah, I learned that one the hard way.
What? Are they tougher than the vampires? You can't kill them? You're not cool enough?
I've killed a werewolf, maybe. I don't know. Not alone.
How often do you think the Inquisition would have encountered them?
The Inquisition tries to stay away from werewolves as much as possible. They are more concerned with the kindred problem is their first and foremost. Kindred eradication is their goal. Then maybe once that's done, they might turn to some other supernatural being. They tend to stay away from mages and werewolves. Some paranormal stuff, but yeah, the Second Inquisition is more concerned with the extinction of all kindred on the planet.
Fair enough, fair enough.
What about the garlic? And do you have reflection in mirrors?
Yes, the garlic is a thing for some vampires. Like, for instance, if you were to fill a bag of seeds or rice or anything with a large quantity of numbers in front of me, I am forced to count it.
I'm gonna. No, do I have a bag with me? Or.
Do you have a bag? Do you have a bag of rice? Do you carry a bag of rice around with you?
No, no.
I have a bag of sunflower
Yeah,
seeds.
just my bag with my laptop. That would just happen to have sunflower seeds as a snack.
Okay.
I'm just.
Yeah, that is the funny thing. We don't know what works, so the security checkpoints for the meetings and stuff are absolutely absurd. It looks like a joke. We've got like garlic sniffing stations and mirrors up. It's ridiculous when you see it.
Who's that? Is he talking to me?
That's Mick. He's another new vampire. I think the same one that turned you turned him, and then killed all those guys that work with him.
That would give us a
She got
common
turned by
enemy.
Sandra.
Sure.
Well, then who did he get turned by?
Sasha?
I
I
don't
don't know,
think
but she got turned by the Tremre. Sorry.
Oh wait, no, she did tell you that she got bit by Chandra.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she said she got bit by her, just that she was with her.
And then she knew who that was.
Yeah. That's right. Mick, would you have brought your cell phone with you?
Probably, yeah.
You feel a vibration in your pocket.
Alright, I'd reach down and check it. Like, just take it out and check it.
Unknown number.
Give me a second, let me answer this. And I just sort of step over into a corner and, like, face towards the wall and pick up the phone.
Where are you?
Still figuring that one out myself. I woke up in an alleyway. Somebody jumped me.
We were worried. Your team came back and you weren't there, and there was an incident with a couple of the fire teams.
I've got no idea. They sent me to follow somebody that looked suspicious. They were checking our plates, and then some crackhead slammed me over the head with a brick in an alleyway.
You should come back as soon as possible so we can do the debriefing.
I'll work on that.
Don't make us wait too long.
Of course.
Then the phone goes silent.
Friends of
I should
yours?
be on my way.
I don't know about that, Slick. If they know that you're a vampire, you're as good as dead.
But they don't.
Yet.
Yet.
Isn't that what your guys do? Figure that shit out?
I think I stand a chance. I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
You die?
I
You
killed
really
the
die.
vampire.
Well, it's up to you. But we gotta take you to the Baron first.
How long will that take?
He talks a lot.
I guess there was bad traffic.
We gotta go before it gets too early. Can we take
Yeah,
your
let's-
car?
Well, I came here in the van. I don't really have one.
Yeah, your car, Gwen.
We can. It will be a little tight, but we most certainly can.
Alright, I'll take the truck, you take the car.
Very well. Would you like to go with me, Sasha?
Am I supposed to go and meet this Baron too?
Yes.
Yes.
Can we grab something to eat on the way? I'm really, really hungry.
Sure. You wanna take her for a walk first?
It's not a
I know.
dog, Fenrir.
I know some seedy places that she might find a nice snack.
I do
No,
have
I would
noodles
be
in the
going
house. I can
there.
just quickly go and grab them. I'll be right back in like 2 minutes.
Let's go with the noodles.
Let her eat
They're
them.
really good. They're like garlic fried noodles.
I'm gonna take some seeds out of my pocket and just drop them on the floor.
Gwen, you feel the need to count these seeds.
Oops! Sorry, Gwen.
Okay, I'll be right back. And I'm gonna
You-
start heading out to go to my apartment to grab the
Bastard!
noodles.
Damn, you know, I could do with some sunflower seeds. Can you pass me some of those?
Nah, they're only for special occasions.
Are you sure?
1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4. I hate you. 5, 6,
Damn.
7.
The Inquisition should really start weaponizing grain silos.
It only works on a couple of us. She's just a stupid one.
25, 26. How many did you have in that fucking bag? 27.
I don't know, that
Eight.
comes with about 200, 300 sometimes.
If she finds out the number, does she still have to count?
She still has to count. So, it takes a while. But at 299, Gwen finally gets done. And we're going to pause right there because I believe Mary was going to her apartment to get some garlic flavored noodles.
Yes, the leftovers I have in my fridge.
Alright.
Amazing.
So, as you enter into your apartment, describe what Mary's apartment looks like. What do we see when we enter Sasha's apartment? I think I said Mary.
It's a small apartment. Sasha apartment is a small studio apartment. Basically has almost everything in the same room except for the bathroom. And it's pretty dark. There's not many items there. Mostly just bed, desk with computer. That's probably the most prominent and noticeable element of the entire room. Because there's few monitors and the desk's like working space is the one that's the only place that's actually has something to it other than the just simple table, 2 chairs, nothing like no decorations. The desk is like the centerpiece. of entire apartment.
Okay. I need you to make me a wits awareness roll.
Ooh. Okay. What my hunger should be at?
You are at 1 hunger right now.
Okay.
Or actually, no, you're at 3 hunger right now. I'm sorry.
Okay. I rolled 3 successes, but I'm gonna reroll, cause. So 3 hunger.
Mhm.
Okay. 2 successes. Bestial failure if miss.
You got a bestial failure.
That's what the app says. I don't understand how it works.
I
So,
think that you only get a bestial failure if you don't get a success, right?
Yeah, it says bestial
Yeah.
failure in brackets if miss.
all right. So 2 is enough. But you notice over in the corner someone kind of leaning against slouched against the wall over in the corner of your apartment. It's dark in there. You're not really sure. You don't hear any breathing.
Okay, who the fuck are you and what are you playing at now?
And a familiar voice kind of catches your ear as Chandra says, I needed to make sure you were okay. And I wanted to apologize for what I did to you.
How did you get in my apartment?
I'm Kindred. We can go just about anywhere we want to in mortal society. We can get into places.
Okay, you know what? If you want to stay there, stay over there. I'm just gonna grab my noodles and go. And bye.
Sasha, you can't eat noodles. You can't eat food anymore.
Sure. Yeah, I heard. We're vampires. Cool.
We don't like, most of us don't like that term. I need to make sure I have a responsibility to you. I turned you, I'm your sire, and I have your actions reflect upon me. I was taking you to meet the upper echelon of the Tremre I'm part of when all that went down. I can teach you how to use our powers.
Yeah, I already have a bunch of people wanting to teach me how to use the powers. I think I'm good.
They can't teach you the blood magic that I can.
Oh, so we do magic now too. That's actually cool.
What is it going to take for you to believe me?
I was thinking if you cut your hand off and it grows back, then I'll buy it. But it supposedly doesn't work as fast.
I think I have something that will make you believe. Is there something that... Is there like something that doesn't work here that you wouldn't be upset if it got messed up?
Stove, I don't really cook. This is a takeout.
And she gets up, and you notice that she has bullet wounds where you remember bullet wounds being. but the bullet wounds in her body are not there. And she walks over to the stove, and you watch as her fingernail elongates into a long, pointy nail, and she runs it across her wrist, much like you remember her doing before she forced her blood, or she gave you her blood. And as her blood touches the top of the stovetop, it begins to eat through the top of the stove.
Okay, well, but you might have done some kind of sleight of hand trick and spilled acid. I'm not fully buying that.
You can deny it all you want to, but you'll learn the ways of the Tremre and of House Karna.
Yeah, I don't join clubs.
Well, we're not a club. And as you're talking, you suddenly feel the urge that you want to go over and stand next to Chandra.
I'll come over and stand next to her. Wondering why do I want to do that?
We share a bond. A strong bond. And at times, you'll be able to sense where I am, and I'll be able to sense where you are. That's how I knew how to come back to your apartment. And she's rather slender. She was dressed very elegantly. Not elegantly, she was dressed very businesslike. For, a nice blouse, kind of a jacket, and a nice skirt and heels. And she looks at you one more time, and she puts her hands on the side of the stove and just begins to push. And as she does, the stove starts to curve inward as her massive amount of strength just flows through her. And you have a large curvature in the stove that you never use.
I guess that's security deposit going bye-bye.
That's why I asked you if there was something you weren't attached to.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm just gonna also take a closer look and try to touch it. If it's corrosion. Not where the corrosion's happening, but to a side.
To the side where she crushed it?
Yeah.
It is very much real. And you know that this rather lithe woman should not have been able to do this. But if either of those acts don't prove it to you, then enjoy your garlic-flavored noodles.
Thanks. I will. I'm not drinking blood. That's just fucking weird.
You will have to, or you will die.
To prove a point to her, I'm gonna open the container with the remains of noodles, grab a fork, and try to have a bite. No.
As you swallow the first bite of noodles, a wave of nausea hits you. And just as fast as you swallow those garlic flavored noodles, you find yourself hunched over, vomiting on your floor.
They must have went bad.
You can deny it, or continue to try to deny it. Eventually you will have to accept it. I denied what I was for years. I'm not asking you to join a club. You're already part of a secret society. I feel guilty for what I did, but we need to work together. Because those men that were following us, there are more of them.
I think there's one in the basement in the club. I don't know. I got a bit confused at some point because a lot of nonsense.
You should go back to Gwen and Fenrir. You know how to get in touch with them.
Gonna come to the vampire meeting, yay, party.
Kindred.
Sure. Whatever.
I will have to go to the Baron and talk to him.
Oh, we're supposed to head there too. I just wanted to eat something first, but I guess I'm not feeling it.
Your kindred.
Sure.
I guess I'll see you at that meeting. And she vanishes into thin air. And you watch as your door opens and closes.
Okay, another weird thing. I'm gonna throw the noodles out, clean up, and go back to the club.
Alright, while that is going on, Ash, you have your finger up. Does Gwen have a question? Or does Ash have a question?
I just want to do something as Gwen real quick.
Go for it. Yeah, I'm coming back to you guys now.
I just want to put my finger up so that way, you know. So after I'm done from M299, I'm going to look at Fenrir real quick and notice how he's dressed. I have an idea, because I'm still having my event here in 3 days. Baby vamp or whatever. And this look, I like this look. I can do something with this look. Would you be one of my models?
I start pulling another bag of seeds out.
I'm simply trying to help you here. Let me take your measurements. I will make you something stylish, and if you don't like it, you don't have to wear it. I'm simply saying you would represent your club, and I would address you in this grungy hunter man look.
If you make me something, it's going to be functional, not just comfortable.
I will see what I can do. Now, stand still, and if you do this, I will forgive you for dropping the bag of seeds on purpose.
Fine.
Okay, now, put your arms out so I can measure you. And I just start going around him. Okay, there's that, and then I pull out a little notepad. Okay, there's that. Oh, my lady.
That's what she said.
Those are so 2012.
I'm old.
Really old.
I used to be it, but then they changed what it was. I don't know what it is anymore.
I don't know if you were ever it.
Hey, Vikings are coming back. They made a game about me.
I mean, there's Vikings and everything.
There's a TV show about me.
Are you talking about the one with, what was his name? I think he's one of the brothers. You know, the one that played in True Blood. The Skarsgård. The Skarsgård brothers. He was in there.
I don't know nothing about that.
Do you not keep up to date with anything? And I say this as I'm measuring his leg. Okay. Very well. I got what I need.
I watch sports.
That does not count. That is just barbarians around after a ball.
Yeah.
That does not count. Now, I will have you ready in a couple of days before the event. That way you can be over my models.
Okay.
Now let's go to the Baron and take care of Baby Vamp and the other Baby Vamp.
Mick, as this is going on, what are you doing?
As this is going on, I'm just kind of spectating. I'm sort of still. I assume he's still shaken by what happened, and he's kind of processing the situation. It's probably like really surreal that he's a vampire now.
You've become the one thing that you swore an oath to hunt.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't even know how somebody would handle that situation, so it's difficult for me to play through, you know?
You're probably going through... Give me a resolve composure roll.
Alright. Alright.
So you will also have 3 hunger dice.
Alright.
Actually, no resolve composure. Yeah, you do. I had to stop and think for a second.
Okay. That's 3 successes.
You're flooded with all these thoughts and emotions, you know. What would he think? What would he do? Would I be a disappointment?
I think he'd feel less disappointed in himself and more trying to like figure out how to survive, because this completely like flips his ethics on edge. He's got to figure out how to live in this new world.
He does. And as this wave of emotion kind of washes over you, you come to the realization that you have to figure out how to adapt to a world that you were tasked to destroy. And it's at about this time that Sasha comes walking back in.
Welcome back, Baby Vamp. Or Baby Bat. I like that better.
The noodles went bad. And also Chandra was at my apartment. Fuck knows how she got there. Did you, Fenrir, by any chance, ever grab my keys and made a spare one?
No. I can get into your house without keys. I mean, no.
Oh, cause all the
It's not
vampires
creepy
can
at
go
all.
wherever the fuck they want and break into apartments, according to Chandra. Great.
Well, not all of them. Some have to be invited in. Just like the rice thing. Oh, by the way, oops,
Yes,
and I
that's
spill
my
like
bad.
a handful of seeds on the ground.
I need to get some of those. This is so much fun.
Watch her, Sasha. It's funny.
I hate you so much. 1,
It's like a compulsive tick.
3,
She's really slow at
4,
counting too.
I know!
5,
That's
6,
what
If you lose
makes
the
it
count, does she
funnier.
start over?
8,
We can
9,
test it.
10,
4, 7, 9,
8,
32,
12, 32, 4, B,
7,
12,
9, 1,
Z,
2,
alphabet.
5.
And after about 2 or 3 minutes of picking up seeds, you come to the conclusion that there were 37 sunflower seeds.
I did not miscount a single one. Fuck you very much.
Well, at least we tried. Alright, let's go see the Baron, and I'll whistle for my dog. Come on, Wolf.
Come on.
Your dog
Come on, Sasha.
comes rushing down over to you.
We're gonna go for a ride.
That is a hell of a beast right there. Where'd you find him?
Well, he was just a normal half wolf, half dog, and then I made him more.
God, please don't let it be what I'm thinking about.
I just fed him some blood.
Okay, I was thinking of you raping him.
No. Now come on. You've already caused enough trouble as it is, you two.
I didn't cause any
Alright, I
trouble.
guess I start like making my way towards the car then.
Oh yeah, a bunch of dead bodies turning up isn't trouble.
I didn't turn up anybody's. I don't know. You guys did this. I just happened to be there.
With your friend.
She's not even my friend. I just met her recently.
You seem pretty familiar.
I met her a few times. That doesn't make someone a friend. But I guess some people define that differently.
So an associate.
Sure. That can break into my apartment and wanted me to join her secret society club and still wants to.
Now, you vamps and your secret societies, how many is that now?
I don't
I've
know.
been doing this for 5 minutes and there's already 3.
I don't keep many secrets.
I'm pretty sure you have to have some secrets. I mean, you're thousands of years old.
No. Just I keep the secret that I'm a vampire.
We all have to keep that secret.
Also, this is confusing. She said you guys don't like the name vampire. You call yourself vampire.
Well, we're using the term for you.
Oh, okay, sure.
We go by kindred.
Or maybe she just prepared better for the LARP than you did.
Maybe.
What is LARP?
Live action roleplay. People are dressing up like Vikings now and doing it. I watched it on that YouTubes.
Love to see the look on their faces if you showed up to one of those.
Gwen, roll me a wits plus subterfuge.
Okay. Two successes.
How many?
Oh wait, no. I'm sorry. Hold on. Yeah, no, that's 2 successes.
You know Fenrir. He has trouble with his phone. So for him to figure out how to maneuver his phone or a computer to YouTube, it is a bold out not truth.
Unless Sasha showed him.
Sure. I would probably. Sandra, I do have a question. I you don't do technology. How are you on YouTube?
Oh, Garrett showed me on his computer.
Ah, okay. I figured it was either something like that or it was Sasha.
Yeah, he saw the tattoos and he said that there were people that dressed up like that. And I told him to show me, and he did.
It sounds like a bunch of nerds.
I mean, I don't know. What's a nerd? Sasha?
Just
Basically,
kind of.
basically.
Well, we don't like to be called nerds. We prefer calling ourselves geeks.
Oh, I thought that was like a term like Viking.
I think you'd be looking for more along the lines of like hacker with that.
So
A
as
nerd
you
with
all,
That is more
asshole.
subterfuge than strength.
so as you all are making your way out of the bar, Garrett kind of looks over to you. He's like, "What you want us to do about this place? You want us to shut her down, or I mean, right? Send all the paying customers home."
Yeah, just close up for now. And if any weird people show up, call Sasha.
I could just call you on Tommy's phone.
Oh yeah, I forgot I had Tommy's phone. Sure.
All right, sure thing. And as you exit out into the night air of London, Sasha and Mick, you realize, well, mostly Sasha, because Mick, you're kind of familiar with how kindred work after they've been turned, because you had to study it, being a part of the Inquisition. But Sasha, there's a breeze blowing. And you remember from your walk, it was a bit chilly. And you're not feeling chilly.
Oh, that's just the adrenaline. Nothing more to it.
By the way, storyteller, did anyone ever mention to me that there were vans and what they look like? Okay.
No one has said anything about vans.
Then I'll ask Sasha real quick before we leave, before I get away from Garrett. Do you remember the guys that hurt you? The ones that shot you in the stomach?
Extremely vaguely.
What do you remember about them? Anything? Tell me.
What do I remember about them? Because I don't exactly remember who shot us. It was the guys from the van, right?
It was some guys from a similar van to the one you walked up to try to get the license plate from.
Okay.
You noticed in a succession of city blocks as you and Chandra were walking that there were similar vans that just didn't fit the neighborhood.
Well, now that I think of it, yeah, I actually remember there was something weird going on. There was a van in front of a club bar and it seemed weird. I tried to check the plates just to be safe, but then the guy came over, was asking if I need help, being all shady. So we just kept going. And there were similar events, it seemed like almost every block. Vans just seeming out of place, and then I think I remember some people getting out of a van chasing us, and I think they're the one who shot at us.
Okay, so then, can you describe to me the van? What they look like?
Sure, I'll describe how they look like. I don't remember.
Give me an intelligence. Give me an intelligence. Streetwise.
I only had 5 dices, but I had 6 successes, critical win if success, and bestial failure if miss.
Wow.
You crit.
Way to turn those dice around. Last game you were rolling really bad. You have rolled really well. So you basically spit off the make, the model. The only thing you don't remember because it was kind of hard to get the license plate of the van out front. But you kind of you go through and you give Fenrir in front of Garrett the rundown of what this van looks like, and explain to him that each city block for a few city blocks had a van like this.
If it's really important, maybe I could even try to... Because I assume I saw, like, not the full plates, right? But maybe 1 or 2 digits from it?
You saw one, but you got noticed fairly fast.
Okay, I thought I had more. Never mind then, sorry.
I'll tell Garrett with Gwen there. I'll say, Gwen, you wouldn't mind fronting some cash for a job, would you?
What type of job?
Well, so storyteller, I would like to use my 5 dots and criminal contacts to try and find these vans and have people that are associated to these vans watched. And I'm willing to pay for that to be done. With Gwen's money, of course. Because I'm broke boy right now.
If Gwen does agree to it, I will allow you to do that.
Gwen,
how much do you need?
I think that we just need to find a couple.
More than 10.
Maybe more than 10, depending on how many vans you want watched. If we watch one, it could probably be less than 10. But if we want to watch more than one van, it probably should be more.
Give me a price, and I'll send them I'll Bitcoin them.
I asked Garrett how much does he think it would cost to have the vans watched for a couple of days and the guys watched, and for the vans to even be found.
That's kind of out of my pay grade. You'd probably have to call your friend Yuri.
Alright, I'll call Yuri then, and I'll get him on the phone while I'm driving. Actually, I'm not going to drive. Scratch that, I'm horrible at driving. I'm going to ride with Gwen, and I'll call while I'm in the car with her.
You're terrible with calling too.
Wow.
So are we not taking 2 vehicles? Or are we only taking one? Gwen, can you fit everybody in your car?
If you can't, I can take my truck.
I mean, I can probably fit them. The one's just gonna have to stay in the flat back. of the Viper.
Oh, it's that kind of car. Okay. I'll ride my truck. Never mind. I'm too big. I'm not gonna squeeze into a tiny little car.
So am I to assume that it's Gwen and Sasha in the Viper, Mick and Fenrir in the truck?
That seems reasonable.
Yeah. You can drive the truck and I'll tell you where to go while I'm on the phone.
Alright, we will start off with Fenrir and his phone call. So you pull out your phone. You have you pull out Tommy's phone. And you've called Yuri enough that you have his number memorized. So you dial the number and it rings. And it rings. And it rings. And then after about the 5th ring, hey, hello, who is this?
It's Fenrir. I'm using Tommy's phone number.
Who the hell is Tommy, Fenrir? What? Did you break another damn phone?
It's fine. Don't worry about it. I have a job that you might want.
It depends on what is paying and what it entails.
It depends. How much do you think you're going to require? I need a few vans found and the owners of the van watched.
So you want me to find vans and you want me to watch owners? Are you
Yes.
going to... what type of people are these Fenrir? Are they people that have slighted you and have upset you?
They are. They're not good people. Well, that's a lie. Some of them are probably good people.
And this makes me sad to hear that someone would slight my friend Fenrir like that. How many vans are you wanting watched?
Well, I don't know how many there are, but there were at least 2 of them. But I think one of them might be empty now. So, as many as you can find, and I'll describe the make, the model, and everything to him, like Sasha described to me.
Alright, so you want to... You get Yuri special of the day. Let us say... This sounds like it's going to be dangerous.
I can send some of my boys with you, or with the people that are watching.
No, my people can handle this. I'm just doing the calculations of hazardous duty pay. So carry the 3 at the 1. We can do it for $10,000.
Alright, and because you're such a good friend to me, we're gonna add another 10,000 on there because it's not my money. Ah ha ha ha.
Oh wait! It's not your money. Then let us do $500,000.
No, I can't do her that bad. We'll do 20. How's that sound?
25.
25. It's a deal.
This is why I like doing business with you, comrade.
Alright, I'll send the money over. I'll let her know.
Alright.
And then I'll hang up the phone and I'll call Gwen.
Gwen, your phone rings. But you are driving. Are you going to answer your phone?
Yeah, I'm gonna answer it. And see, I mean, Alexander Skarsgård is a beautiful vampire. Like, but I don't know his brother Bill, but he's a very also very handsome. And then the one that plays the Viking. Yes, Fenrir, what can I do for you?
You don't know this is Fenrir. You don't know this is Fenrir. This is some strange.
So strange. I'm sorry. I thought it was Seven Dog. Hello. whose number I don't recognize. Or can I do it for you?
It's Fenrir.
Oh, yes. What is it? I'm
So-
driving.
He said he's gonna do it, but it's gonna cost 25,000. I tried getting him down, but he wouldn't go.
Okay. Is he shady or is he like a normal person where I can just give him regular money?
Oh, he's normal. Well, no, he's shady, but like he's normal shady. I don't know.
He's
What I'm asking Fenrir is, do I need to give him it in Bitcoin or do I need to give it to him in cash? Or can I wire it through PayPal?
You would know that Yuri takes money wired.
He'll take the money wired, whatever that means.
Does Fenrir know what Bitcoin is?
It's like a part of a coin, right? It's like a tiny coin, like a piece of a coin.
It's
Is that why they
cryptic
call it
money.
Bitcoin? What's
It's
cryptic about it?
money. No, that's how people do like shady business on the dark web. I don't know lots about it. I just know some things. Not a lot, but just a little
I'll
bit.
give the phone to Sasha. She can tell me all about it.
Sasha, do you want to tell Fenrir all about what Bitcoin is and what it does? I can't hear you.
I'm not gonna waste time. He's not gonna understand.
She said you're not going to understand and she does not want to waste your time.
What's cryptic about it though? Like, do you go down into a crypt and then
Alright.
open it up?
Alright, picture it like a gold mine, but instead of people working, their computers do the work in order to produce the money.
I didn't know computers could do work. Fuck, I need to get my computer to do work. It just sits there all day doing nothing.
Doesn't make
Little
enough to
did
pay
you
the
know,
the
it's
power bill
already
on it
taking
though.
coins for Sasha.
It makes this weird brrrr noise. I don't know what that means, but
The office is really warm.
I like it that way though.
Give
It's
you the
alright.
money, but here's the deal. I need to call you whatever I want, and I don't have to pay for my fashion show if I'm giving you 25,000.
I mean, no.
Up on him.
Are you gonna break your phone?
No, of course not.
I call her. I send her. I say, hey, how do you send a text on this thing?
There's like a green square with a circle on it.
Okay, hold on. Let me find it. Is this it?
I think so.
And as you press the green circle, music starts playing.
Oh, that's not it. That's music.
You hit the Spotify button.
Delete.
It's playing some good tunes though.
Damn it, Tommy.
Damn,
You hold
Tommy's
this-
got a hell of a music taste. What's the name of his playlist?
Tommy's Fuck Jams.
Brilliant.
Do you wire me the
Listen,
money, Gwen?
I wire you the money once you accept my offer.
I'll call you back after like 10 minutes of you not sending the money, and I go, hey, about that club thing, I changed my mind. No fashion show.
That's fine. No 25,000.
That's fine. I got the money. I just didn't want to spend it.
If you don't need mine. Then I can
I mean,
still pay you for
if
the
you don't,
fashion
if you
show.
don't need the fashion show, then that's fine. I just won't host it.
I'm offering you. I will give you the money. I just don't think it's fair for me to have to pay for my fashion show and give you more money, which I was already giving you 10,000.
Yeah, but this isn't for me. This is for Sasha. This is for us. This is for the Baron.
Well, we are almost pulling up to the Baron, so if he says Gwendolyn do it, then I will do it.
All right, I'm gonna make sure that he says Gwendolyn do it then, and I'll hang the phone up.
All right.
He really thinks that he's going to win this. That's the funny part.
And as Fenrir hangs up his phone, Mick pulls into the address that was given to him. And you see kind of a two-story home with gated guards. They kind of wave you through. They recognize Fenrir's truck. They do the same thing with Gwen recognizing her car. You two have been here a few times for events when it was needed. Your presence was needed by the Baron. But it's kind of a two-story house, really nice, elegant. And oddly enough, instead of having like lights, the house is lit by candles. And you are both used to this. Baron Cross is very old-fashioned. Technology tends to bug out around him, so he keeps it very simple. And as you get out of the car, you see each other. The scene is now yours.
I remember reading that a lot of vampires that are really old will put like subtle hints at how old they are, like in certain ways of dress and certain elements of like things they control. Are there any signs at how old the Baron is?
Other than looking at the candles, he would have to be really old if that's what he was. If it had any significant meaning.
Do I know if he is older than me?
Give me an intelligence plus. Intelligence plus subterfuge.
Okie dokie. 1 success.
You're not really sure.
Okay.
You know that in order for him to be the Baron, he's a very powerful vampire.
So I'm going to go over to Gwen before we go in, and I'm going to say, you remember that the Baron did say you're supposed to work with me, right? We're supposed to be...
And I am working with you.
Well, you're not working with me if you don't help me find the vans.
As I said, I will help you find the vans, and you let me host my event to your place.
Sure, you can host your event at my place. I agreed to that already.
I'm not paying you $10,000.
Yeah, you are. You said you're going to fix the place up already. We already shook on it. You can't take that back. This is something else. This isn't for you or me. This is for everyone. And if they come for me or you, there won't be a club. There won't be an event. There won't be you or me. It'll just be dust. I was here when this happened last time. I'll still be here if it happens again. I don't know about you, because I helped you get out last time.
I don't remember you helping me get out. I just met you this year.
Oh, I helped everybody get out.
Help you as well, Fenrir. And yes, I will help you. You're going to help me as well. I'm still going to fix your place. I'm going to give you 25, and you're going to get half of the 10,000. I'm not giving you the extra 5. I agreed to the extra 5 because you canceled it the first time, and I bribed you with more.
An extra 1,000 for hazard pay for my boys, and we'll call it even.
Fine.
I'll shake on it.
I'll pull my phone out real quick and transfer the money to him.
And then I'll hand my phone to her and have her transfer the money to Yuri.
Oddly enough, you're going to have to wait till you get back to the bar because you can't. That number is far too long for you to remember. What is Sasha doing as these two are bickering back and forth?
I'm just gonna observe the surroundings and them.
Go ahead and give me a Wits plus investigation.
3 successes, bestial failure. If not.
Ooh. So, as you look around and you're kind of taking things in, you notice, like I said, that the house is lit by candles, not only on the inside, but the outside. There are armed guards patrolling the perimeter. And as one of them kind of passes by you to go out to meet another patrol, you kind of like nonchalantly try to smile, which is something you don't normally do. And as you do, your fangs come down and kind of cut your lip. And that's where we're going to take a break.
Okay.
So we're going to take what you guys want to take, a 5-10 minute bio?
5's fine with me.
Yeah,
And whatnot.
that's good.
Okay, alright.
So we're going to take a quick 5 to get some water or whatever, get hydrated, go to the restroom, grab some snacks. So you should do that too, probably stretch. So we'll be back in about 5.
Definitely sounds like a plan.
And we're back. Thank you for all sticking around and watching us. When we left off, the Coterie had just arrived at London's Baron's estate. Sasha, while Gwen and Fenrir were bantering back and forth, kind of surveyed the land, being in an unfamiliar place, probably a bit uncomfortable out of her normal status quo. And noticing a group of guards and uncharacteristically trying to seem friendly and smile, had her fangs extend and pierce her lip. And that's where we're going to pick up.
Does the taste of my own blood do anything for me now?
No.
Okay.
You do know, as you bite your lip, do you like suck on your lip to put the blood back?
Yeah.
As you do that, you want more.
I'm gonna be sucking on my lip like. God,
I need you to make a willpower roll, please.
Okay.
You haven't spent any willpower to reroll, so it will be your current willpower.
2 successes.
You struggle for a few minutes. The guards look very taste. But the beast doesn't push its way forward enough to take control and make you lash out. And as the hunger hits you, you think of how Chandra lashed out at you. And she made a comment about the beast. And for a second, you almost believe that you hear a small feline growl behind you.
Is there anything behind me?
Nothing but the guards that are just... Oddly enough, when you show your fangs popped out and you bit your lip, but the guards didn't seem freaked out by it. They just kind of overlooked it. But that's all you see is those guards headed out to the gate. And while Gwen and Fenrir are bickering and you're kind of getting a survey of the land, what is our half-blood doing?
I assume that I stick with Fenrir because I'm not sure what to do, and I want to make sure that I don't cause a fuss, because, like, there's clearly a social order and a hierarchy going on here, and I don't want to step on any toes this early.
Okay. So I assume you all kind of, as Fenrir and Gwen are kind of bartering back and forth, trying to one-up each other, I assume you're all heading into the manse, so to speak.
Yeah, I imagine we're walking and talking. And if I notice that Sasha's, like, lagging behind, I'll call back. Come on, Sasha!
Mommy, and you two could stop. You're supposed to be our mommy and daddy. I don't like when mommy and daddy are fighting.
Such a joy to see you both again, Fenrir and Gwen. I never get tired of watching a gangrel and a toreador bicker back and forth about who's got the bigger dick. And as the two of you kind of turn around, you notice a rather stout man, who almost size-wise could possibly hold up against Fenrir for a little bit. He's older, has kind of elegant features, and you know this to be Daniel Johnston. He is a Ventru who decided that he didn't like the way the cam ran things and decided to come and see what Baron Cross had to offer. Who are your friends? I don't believe I've had the pleasure of meeting either of them.
They're new bloods.
New bloods?
Today.
Oh, neonates! Oh, good! You both made progeny? And he's like, you notice he's looking, he's trying to figure out who sired who, and they don't even look like mortals you would embrace and make children of. I'm so proud of you for stepping outside of the norms of your clans, and I mean, a Ventru would never do such a thing, but I mean, who am I to judge?
I mean, that's all you do, right?
I do tend to do the judging when the Baron sees fit to have the Seneschal pass judgment.
Well, they're not ours. Someone else turned her, and someone else turned him.
Oh goodness, we've got Caitiff. Oh, you poor children. I was just leaving, but just, as again, it was good seeing you both banter back and forth. It was a pleasure to meet both of you.
I'd hate for you to go, but if you have to go, I mean, you have to go. Goodbye!
Toodle.
And he doesn't even, turn around to acknowledge any of you. And as you walk through the door, you see an older woman with kind of wavy, flowing white hair. Looks to be well in her early to mid 70s. She's wearing a kind of a red sequenced gown. And she's wearing a necklace that almost looks like the necklace from the Titanic. Except instead of having a blue stone, it has a red stone. And she sees Gwen, my dear, it is so lovely to see you. And you know this to be Anastasia. And she is of Clan Malkavian.
Wonderful to see you.
You look lovely as ever, and she kisses you on your cheeks.
Yes, beautiful piece of jewelry.
Thank you, my dear. Oh, Fenrir. So masculine, as always.
Thank
Who are your new friends?
That's Sasha. That's Mick. They're not mine. I didn't make them.
Why is everyone assuming we're friends?
I assume that Fenrir is speaking about us in the same way he would speak about a bastard child.
He probably has a few.
So, are you Mick? And he points to Sasha. Or she points to Sasha. And you, Sasha?
Oh, the other way. Flip it.
So, he's Sasha and she's Mick.
Sure.
No.
Wait, I switch places with her, stand on the other side and go this way around.
Oh, he's Mick and she's Sasha. Makes much more sense now. Well, I assume you're here to see the Baron.
Yes.
That's right.
He's in a meeting with the Tremre right now. So if you'd have a seat, and she motions over to kind of some Victorian age seating.
I'll walk over and just...
Is you say Tremre?
I bet you that's Chandra. She mentioned she's gonna come here too.
Oh, it's not just Chandra. It's the Society of Karna, all of them. Well, not all of them. A majority of them.
That'd be a lot of people in one room if it was all of them.
There are so many. And Fenrir, that... you doing that does not fit one of your status. Now, you sit up properly and allow Sasha and Mick and Gwen a place to sit as well. You have better manners than that.
I'll move over. Oh, I forgot. And I reach in and I pull out my sawed-off shotgun. I forgot I had this. What do you want me to do with it?
Oh, is that a problem? I like pull a knife out of my boot and a gun out of like a holster hidden in my pants.
You really shouldn't put that there. You could shoot your dick off.
No, it's like a leg piece.
Oh. Well, you reached down there, I just...
Don't worry, I've heard of the stories.
Do you have your axe with you, Fenrir?
No, that's in the truck.
Okay. I'm almost scared to ask Sasha or Gwen if they're packing any.
And I pull out my knife, and I pull out my gun, and I put them all together.
I assume we're like mounting a pile of hidden knives on the table at this point.
And she kind of looks over. Alexander, would you see that their weapons get put in a crate, and we give it back to the right people at the end of the night? Or when they're done seeing the Baron.
I'll pull out a pencil out of my bag and ask, is that okay?
Is it wooden, dear, or is it plastic?
Wooden?
Is it mechanical? It's yes. Put the wooden pencil in. You can tell she's doing it out of politeness because she doesn't want to offend you.
I could poke someone's eye out.
Hey,
You never know.
I'm happy to keep my pencil. I don't know the procedures.
No, we should hold on to that. That's very dangerous.
So you can pierce a heart of a vampire with that to kill them? Is that it? Is that canon here?
It doesn't necessarily kill them. It puts them in what we call torpor. It's kind of a long slumber.
Okay, cool. And I'll give her.
Nasty.
She takes the pencil and she smiles.
So
She still doesn't believe that she's a vampire. Or kindred. We've been using the word vampire for her. I got used to it, sorry.
Sure, for me.
Since we're giving up weapons, I'll also take off my gun. Out of my purse.
Alright. Well, you all just have a sit, and when Baron Cross is done, he'll speak with
back
you.
up. Did you bedazzle a 22 pistol?
I didn't bedazzle anything.
No, the gun she just pulled out, it looks like there's glitter on it.
That's just her purse.
Fair enough, then.
I feel like Ash is frozen in place because of how still she is.
I think she is as well.
Yeah, it looks like she's frozen.
Her computer might have been bedazzled.
She put pixie dust
there we
inside.
go.
Yep. There we go.
It's about that time of night where
There we go.
Here she comes.
The gremlins came in.
I'm playing the role of Gwen now. Hudson, you are now me, so the story is now yours.
It's already moved
Good
back.
good luck.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
I said yes, I that is my gun that is bedazzled. It's covered in Swarovski. Is there an issue with that?
No, none at all. I'm just very fashionable.
I like things that sparkle.
Fashion.
Oh, thank you. My steering wheel is also bedazzled.
So you all...
What kind of thing happens at these, like, you said they hold functions here. What is that like? Do they have, like, a fondue fountain with blood in it, or, like, what?
Yeah. That's exactly it.
Oh, I was joking. I guess that makes sense.
Roll me a manipulation subterfuge there, Fenrir.
Alright.
And roll me a wits insight, Mick.
1 success.
All right, let's see. 2, 4. 1 success.
And tie goes to the active kindred. So you believe Fenrir is telling you the truth, because why would your newfound friend who didn't kill you after he found out you were second Inquisition lie to you? And it's about this time that the doors to where the Baron generally has meetings with people come flying open, and a procession of 7 females come exiting the room. And their eyes all kind of glance to the direction where the Coterie is, and fixate on Sasha for a few moments as they continue to walk. But you all do notice that the person, there is still one person in the foyer with the Baron. And Anastasia says, "You can go in now."
I sort of lean over to Fenrir for a second, like, do you recognize those two? I thought we were visiting the Baron.
Do I recognize them?
Do you
The one
recognize?
that's with him.
Do I recognize the Tremre that are coming out?
Oh yeah, you know that's Society of Karna.
Yeah, I was talking about the one that stayed in the room with him.
Do I recognize them?
You do. It's Chandra.
Okay. And how do I know her exactly?
You know that she is a Tremere of the Society of Karna, and apparently Sasha's sire.
How would that make me feel?
I don't know. How would that make you feel?
Probably pretty pissed off.
You are in Elysium. You know that there is no violence allowed here.
Yeah.
And you haven't gotten to the status that you are by breaking.
I'm not gonna do her harm, but I am probably very angry seeing her. But yeah. Okay.
Again, I sort of look between him and her, and I'm like, yeah, what is up here?
So she's Sasha's sire.
Is that bad?
Well, I don't like that she turned Sasha without consent, and I don't like that she hurt Sasha, but there's not much I can do about that.
That's fair. We'll get back at her eventually. Or you will, at least.
So yeah, I'll go in with, and I assume the others are coming too.
Okay. So as you all enter in, you see a rather slender, lithe, pale female with dark hair, in kind of a bloody kind of business attire, and you see an average height male, about 5'6", 5'7", looks really small compared to Fenrir, but he is dressed in a very nice suit and tie. You would almost swear that the shadows dance around him as he is talking to Chandra. He has long, dark, flowing hair that's put up in a ponytail. Kind of a caramel-colored skin. He's very stern and regal. But at the same time, as he's talking to Chandra, he gives off a kind of a gentle aura. Very well. We will talk further about this after I've talked to my new guest. And he looks over to you. And Chandra looks over and she sees Sasha, and then she sees Gwen and Fenrir, and she kind of looks down at the ground. You are in Elysium, dear. Go join the rest, and we will talk later. And she does as she's told. She does not make eye contact with anyone as she leaves the room. I was not aware that there was another progeny created.
It wasn't by her, apparently.
And not by none of us.
Last thing I remember is getting knocked out in an alleyway. Stranger in a leather, just...
You don't even remember that. You were dominated to... He replaced your memories.
Just shadowy figure, yeah.
We're in trying times, my friends.
Whoever turned him put us at a lot bigger risk. But he may have given us a boon.
I assume at this point I pull up the sleeve of my jacket to reveal the Inquisition tattoo on my shoulder.
Alright, just a second. So as you lift your sleeve up and you reveal the tattoo, before you can even let the sleeve go to drop your shirt back down, the Baron was halfway across the room. He is standing face to face with you. His fangs bared. If you were not in Elysium, you would probably be dead right now.
You sure about that one? I could say the same to you.
It seems that their traditions have not been properly introduced to this Kaitif, or whatever he is.
Forgive the boy, Baron. He doesn't know the ways yet. We are going to be teaching him.
Oh, I like him, Baron. He's got spunk.
He might
He's
have...
respectful on all levels.
Yeah, but I was too for a long time, and then now I'm not, so, you know. You get older, you get wiser.
That's the problem. If he goes flashing that tattoo around, he may not live to get wiser.
That's true.
So, since we don't know who his sire is, I'm going to give him two sires. Gwen, Fenrir, you are now responsible for What is your name, child?
Mick.
Mick. His actions now reflect upon the both of you.
Yes, sir.
Do I have permission to kill him if he steps out of line too much? Because I was going to, but then I thought better of it.
I'm sure if he steps out of the line too much, he will end up dead anyways. We do not kill without proper cause. And as much as I would like to see him ended, he may be a weapon we can use. If he learns to smarten up.
I agree. That's one of the reasons I didn't kill him, because I thought he might be able to give us information about the Second Inquisition. So far, he's not been super helpful.
He could also go back and tell them everything he's found out here tonight.
But then I'd be dead in an instant. You know what they do to vampires.
So,
They couldn't trust him.
you should pray that your friends, your former friends, don't find out who you are. And by all means, watch who you flash that tattoo to.
Understood.
Baron, I have a request. Would it just be easier for you just to cut the tattoo off? He'll heal right up.
The tattoo will grow back.
Well, it was worth a shot. I didn't have a chance to get tattoos, so.
Yeah, I'd show you my tattoos, but they're on my arms and stuff. They come back.
He looks over to Sasha. Child, who might you be?
Me? Why is everyone
Yeah.
referring to me as either your friends or a kid or a child or a baby?
Because when you are as old as I am, everyone is a child to you. You are newly created kindred like Mick over there. So you are a child. You are someone's child there. You are Chandra's child. Which is why I did not give you to either Gwen nor Fenrir.
I'm not to be given? Excuse me? I'm a person, not a possession.
You were a person. You are a kindred now. You belong to Clan Tremre. No, well, you don't belong. You are a part of Clan Tremre. You are a part of the Society of Karna. It falls upon Chandra to teach you the codes and the ethics that we follow here. And while we don't follow the Masquerade and the traditions to an exact T like the Camarilla does, we've realized that it is a necessity. When the Second Inquisition, he looks over at Mick, is knocking at the door. They've grown bold like they did when London fell the first time. I will not stand by and have this city burn again. Gwen and Fenrir cannot teach you everything you need to know. You need to learn from your own clan. Fenrir,
Yes, Baron.
I need you to give me your word that neither you nor anyone under your employ or close to you will do anything to Chandra.
Can I have your word that she won't control her and make her do things she doesn't want to do?
In all honesty, she is very traumatized. She had no plan of turning young Sasha. But Sasha's wounds and Chandra's wounds both played an intricate part in what happened tonight. Chandra will deal with guilt for the rest of her own life. She only wants to make right the mistake that she made and make amends to both Sasha and you.
Then I can give my word that if she does that and nothing more, I will do no harm and no one will do harm to her that I know of.
These are very unstable times, and we can ill afford to lose the Tremre.
I understand. I do have some news that might interest you.
Then speak freely.
There was a van outside of my bar. They were watching us, which you had already informed me, but it seemed that there were multiple of these vans. As soon as I can send the money to one of my companions, I will have these vans located and watched, and the owners of said vans watched. What would you like me to do with them, should I find them?
You will report back to me. We are taking no action until we know exactly how many we're dealing with and what is going on. Their movements.
I saw some that were injured by Sasha's sire. What would you like me to do about them?
As much as I know you want revenge, discretion is the better part of valor right now.
I could send someone discreetly to watch them and see if they can find anything about them. Contacts, family members.
I don't know about that fight, but those vans were probably surveillance teams. I was the first one out the door. I don't know how many or where they were headed, but I do know that there were surveillance teams in the area.
And they were decked in tactical gear.
Counter-terrorist ops, pulling the same thing as First Light. Pretending to be hunting down ISIS terrorist cells in the area. Covert ops, so everything is just kept under wraps to the general public.
You see, Fenrir? He is starting to fruit into something that could possibly live a few millennia, maybe.
He'll have his uses.
If you see
What do
Michelson,
we-
though, don't kill him. He owes me 20 quid.
What do we do about the vampire that turned him and took off?
I don't think you have to worry about him anymore.
Why is that?
There was a unfamiliar kindred running about the city. He happened upon Sasha as she was laying there thinking her to be mortal. And when he went to embrace her, her beast lashed out and drained him dry.
Ah, that explains the pile of ash.
Sense now.
Edmund has received word from some of his associates that the Tzimisce have resurfaced.
They've been gone for so long.
In a sense, yes, they were called by the beckoning to the Middle East.
Am I supposed to know who that is?
You would have no idea what a Tzimisce is.
Can anyone enlighten me as to what we're talking about?
Other clans that was part of the Sabbat. Is that correct?
Yes.
I meant like in character.
That's what I mean.
Oh,
That's what I
I'm a
mean.
gangrel. I'm a gangrel. She's, a Toreador. Sasha's a Tremre. They're different clans of vampires. We do different things. I'm more animalistic. She's more whatever.
Yeah, our teams gathered that they were in like separate subspecies, but what do these do?
Pray that you never find out.
Fair enough.
They're not very pleasant.
Kindred. Agreed. They're interesting. Kindred.
Baron, I'm afraid that this one here thinks that this is just a game. Make-believe. And he gestures to Sasha.
LARPing is what she called it.
Yes, Chandra did tell me that she tried a number of things to convince young Sasha that she was kindred. So, as Gwen and Fenrir. Sorry, I've had so many meetings today that names just kind of spew out of my mouth. As Fenrir and Gwen have already told you, Chandra has already told you, there are different clans. There are different traditions. We are anarchs because we don't agree to bow down to the Camarilla. The Camarilla think that they are the good guys, that they're fighting the good fight. They are the ones who created the Masquerade. We follow a majority of the traditions, but there are some that we will not bow beneath someone else's boot. And then, as Gwen so politely put it earlier, the Sabbat. They are the most animalistic of us, caring not about the Masquerade, the Boogeyman, the vampires from the Lost Boys. Not really caring, mass embracing to make an army. We thought that they had all left and gone somewhere else, and were fighting a war and had hoped that they would become extinct. And yet, now we have word of the Tzimisce. There's also a rumor of kindred with a third eye. long thought dead due to betrayal by the Tremre themselves. If the Salubri are back, who knows what that could mean for the Anarch movement, or the Camarilla, or Kindred as a whole. And still yet more troubling, there are rumors of people hallucinating and seeing things far beyond what any of us Kindred could ever do. The Ravnos, supposedly completely wiped out. Yet clearly, the tales that I've heard, the tales that Edmund have heard, there are still Ravnos in Unlife. Enemies on all sides. No room to breathe. The four of you need to form a bond. Metaphorically, not a blood bond. You need to rely on each other. You need to be able to trust each other. And above all, you need to be there for each other.
Yes, Baron.
Of course, Baron. I don't think that this one, I just should admit, is gonna betray us.
I've
I
worked
pray
with
that-
people I hate before. I've seen people on the force that are worse than some of the worst people here. I've
Well-
seen them do things that are comparable to how you guys act. I think we can make this work. We can come to an arrangement.
The vampires he's talking about are worse than... Say that again?
Did you bring Wolf with you? I hear barking.
Oh, yeah, he's probably outside. But the vampires he's talking about are worse than any vampires you probably killed.
Some of the things I've seen out there you wouldn't believe, but I'll take your word for it.
And there are still things yet that you have not seen that you will not believe.
I've seen
This
a lot
is
of
true.
things. I seen a man get a spear shoved up his ass and it come out his mouth.
Vlad.
Sounds fascinating.
Lovely image.
Vlad's methods were unorthodox but effective.
Oh, that's another thing, Mick, Sasha. Some of the famous vampires that were talked about, some were famous, and some were actually real. The other ones, just a hoax. But Rod, he definitely was one.
Is he still alive?
This raises a lot of questions. I've
And
got to
that's-
ask about the whole pale thing. Michael Jackson?
Oh, definitely.
Huh.
Elvis, he was also one.
That's,
I think Michael Jackson was a Nosferatu.
I don't know about that one.
he was
but-
Toreador.
So
As
is this
was
like, am I in the Illuminati now? Let's put it that way.
No, the Illuminati wants you dead.
Ah.
That's more like Scientology.
But we'll keep an eye on them, Baron. The same way that Lon has kept an eye on me, the same way I will keep an eye on them both.
One last question for you, Sasha. What will it take for you to believe that this is not some game, some LARP, some prank pulled on Jackass or Punked?
You know how many times I've heard that today? I'll put money on it. Fenrir?
I say $50.
For or against?
Against. She's hard-headed.
I can't take you up on that. I was gonna go against.
Well, I honestly don't know.
You're both on.
At this point, I started to reconsider. Am I muted? Oh, okay. At this point, I started reconsidering, and maybe there's a chance it is real, but I don't think I want it to be, so I'm gonna stick with my version for now. It feels better to think this is just a dream I'm gonna wake up from. I don't like any of this.
I think she mentioned something about cutting your hand off earlier.
Oh yeah, if you can cut your hand off and regrow it instantly, then I'm sold.
The only people that could regrow it instantly would be a Zamitsi or a Salubri. But if me chopping my hand off and then healing it will prove it to you. Anastasia, bring me my sword.
I don't want to stop you because that's a cool thing to seek, but I think even if you do it, I'm still gonna... It can be a mass hallucination, I can be dreaming. There's so many options that I can go with.
She's real hard-headed, Baron.
You are going to have to come to terms with this.
Some people can live their whole lives in denial.
We don't have that option. You have to come to terms with this because not only is your own life at stake, but Gwen's, Fenrir's, and Mick's life.
I don't know this guy. I don't really care. Like, yeah, Fenrir and Gwen, sure. But him? I haven't even talked to him yet.
Well, maybe that's something you all need to do. Sit down and get to know one another.
Well, it all just happened. It hasn't been even a couple of hours. And you all want me to accept that I'm in a cult now. There's some grooming time.
You see, at least I already knew this was real. I don't know how we're gonna convince her.
I can walk in the sun for a few seconds.
I wouldn't suggest that.
I know it'll hurt a lot.
I'm curious how bad. I might as well give it a go.
Probably not in your state. I beat you almost to death.
Still curious. Can't be that bad. What, is it like a sunburn, or...?
Ash? If you're
Can't hear you, Ash.
we can see you moving your mouth and stuff, but
Yeah, you're muted.
I was
We've been
saying,
trying with him for a bit.
oh goodness. Never mind, carry on.
What time is it at this point?
It is starting to. It's just after 1 a.m.
I have an idea. Why don't we go to this lovely little bistro called the Red Lamb Inn? Oh shit, I was supposed to meet Alan. Or David. Just his name. Whatever.
Eric's gonna be so upset that you don't remember his name.
Oh, whatever.
Just say, oh,
Yeah,
hey, you.
Try running down like A, B, C, D, and like, does the name ring a bell?
I think it was an E. Anyway, I think it was the E. Whatever, it can't be that important. But the point is, we can go have a wonderful bite to eat. Or have blood, of course, because it was a Malkavian that owned it, right?
Ah, Anatoly, yes.
It's run by a wonderful Malkavian. We can go have a bite to eat, and we can talk.
Malkavian
Sure.
meaning...
It's another one of the groups of vampires.
Fair,
They-
alright. I start like taking out a notepad and like taking notes on all this.
The only thing that you need to know about a Malkavian is that their minds are very
like
damaged.
the woman earlier.
Anastasia, yes. Fenrir?
What? She's not here? He looks behind him.
Yes, but a fractured mind is not anything to make a joke about.
You're right.
So why don't you do as Gwen has suggested? Go to Anatoly's, grab a bite to eat, and Sasha. I wasn't saying that you couldn't have your time to understand this. I just wanted you to understand that it is something that needs to be done because the people that care about you, the people that you care about, are going to need you at some point. What Chandra can teach you, what Fenrir can teach you, and what Gwen can teach you might be the difference between meeting the sun and living to see another moon.
Sure, Baron.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a meeting with the Banu Hakim that I need to take care of.
Do you want me to put any fillers out for these possible vampires that are coming in?
No, Edmund is already on that with his information network.
Okay. If you need anything, just let me know.
You have enough on your plate with 2 new kindred. I appreciate the offer, but my network and Edmund's network stretch very far and very deep. Not saying that yours doesn't, but he and I are both very old.
Fair enough. And I'll bow to the Baron, and I'll turn and leave.
Curtsy. Thank you, Baron.
Good night, Gwen. Good night, Fenrir. Good night, Mick. Good night, Sasha.
Bye.
And
Alright, Bubble.
much like, well, almost like the other two instances where kindred have disappeared in front of people, the Baron seems to just disappear into the shadows.
Let's go get something to eat for these two.
Yes,
Alright.
we'll go to wherever I'm in.
Alright. So you exit. Anastasia sees you all come out. What was he yelling that he wanted his sword for?
Oh, he was going to cut his hand off, but he changed his mind.
He doesn't usually change his mind. When he's got his mind set to something, he does it.
I think he realized that doing it may not have been worth the healing and the time.
And it seems like a good idea to let her adjust at her own pace.
Anastasia looks at Sasha. No matter what anyone tells you, dear, you take all the time you need.
Thanks.
She nods and she hands you your pencil first.
Oh, thank you.
She actually hands you like 4 pencils. I'm not sure which one was yours.
This one, you can see bite marks at the end. That's mine.
Oh, very good point. Okay, well, you can. I have no idea whose pencils those are.
Sure, I'll take them.
So it's putting
Shall
my
we?
weapons away.
'Cause
Sure.
If pencils aren't allowed, then what do you guys use instead?
Pins? Pins?
Makes sense, I guess.
Quills.
Of course you still use quills.
Weren't they using charcoal sticks back in your day?
No, we use
I thought
stone.
they were doing like caveman stuff.
Yeah.
As you all are having this conversation, Mick, your phone rings again.
Shit, I gotta take this. Is there somewhere private I can go?
You can go outside.
Alright, I step outside and try and look around and make sure nobody can like observe me, because obviously if they know about that, this is gonna cause trouble. So I answer the phone. Hello?
Where are you?
I ran into a few issues along the way, but I'll be there soon.
Few issues.
Yeah, I'm trying to track down whoever stole my gear. I don't want that circulating. Can you imagine the news? A crackhead with police tactical gear and an assault rifle running around town with our special ops logo on it. It's not gonna be a good look.
Roll me a manipulation subterfuge. Remember, you're still at 3 hunger.
Yeah, I'm using like a web thing that manages it, so it's easier. 2 successes with a possible bestial failure.
Very well. Deal with this problem and get back for debriefing.
Will do.
Report to Inquisitor Deshawn.
Of course.
And the line goes dead again.
Yeah. I just sigh, put away my phone, and walk back to rejoin the group. Yeah, we got trouble.
What trouble?
If I don't get back there soon, they're going to start suspecting that something's up. But first, we need to find my tactical gear.
Okay. Well, luckily, I know where that is.
Where is it then? Can we pick it up on the way to food?
I left it in the alley where I found you, so... Yeah.
Why would you leave it in the alley?
Because I was on a bike. I didn't have room to put it anywhere else. And I also didn't want to be seen carrying a man in full tactical gear while there were injured people wearing the same gear, but a few feet away.
You couldn't put it, like, under a dumpster or something?
I mean, I didn't not hide it, but I didn't hide it.
Alright, can we get it on the way to this bistro?
Sure.
Brilliant.
We'll meet you guys there.
Sounds good.
I think I may have time to do my race tonight, but that's probably not going to happen, is it?
Are you asking me out of character, or is that in character?
That was in character.
Oh. It's up to you. I mean, they've got to go find tactical gear. Depends on whether Sasha wants to go with you to a race.
Sasha, do you want to go with me to a race?
I do not. I would like to go home and be alone, please.
Being alone, being home is not the best idea at the moment.
I just... It's hard to cope or even think about it when you're constantly dragging me somewhere, making me meet people. I don't like people. I don't go out. I don't like anything about this. And also, I'm so fucking hungry.
No, we're going to go get you food now. We can do it 3 different ways. We can see what the bistro has, and it'll probably be in a glass. I can go to the hospital. I would want to see the little one anyway. So we can go to the hospital, and I can probably get you a bag. We can go to my favorite place, because I'm a little hungry as well. And we can go to the, it's very gothic, like a Victorian kind of style, but it's a nightclub. Everyone thinks that there are vampires there. There's hardly ever any real vampires. Or kindred.
How about
And we can go hunting.
sounds the normal one option? Sure, serve me a glass.
Does no one like to hunt anymore?
I mean,
I'm not one for hunting, I think.
how about we stop by a store, get a tomato juice, you pretend it's blood, I drink it, everyone's happy. Oh, there's a store here.
This is going to be so hard. No, and I speed past it.
Oh, another store.
Fast, even faster.
Give me a Dex plus drive, please, Gwen.
Don't kill us.
Oh yeah, I'm with Fenrir, right?
It's,
You are. We'll get to you both in a moment.
No, I didn't mean to rush. I just forgot that I wasn't in the car.
Something 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I dropped dice. That's 6. Okay. So that is 3 successes.
That's enough. You just happen to narrowly miss hitting someone who was in crossing the street. They were crossing illegally, so it wouldn't have been your fault. But it still would have been.
I yell out, what's your fucking gun? Use the sidewalk!
They probably don't hear you. Now we're gonna jump over to Mick and Fenrir.
Yeah, so it's like somewhere down this alleyway. I don't know. I put it somewhere by your body where I found it, but I don't know exactly where. Why is it so important?
Roll me a wits investigation.
Which one of us, or both?
I'll allow both of you to do it.
Alright.
2 successes.
Okay.
4 successes.
So, as the both of you kind of comb this area where Fenrir picked up your unconscious, unlifelike body, Fenrir knows exactly where he left it.
It's right over here.
But it's not there.
But it's not here.
So, Mick, you kind of look around. You see a footprint in what you assume can only be some of your blood. It's a size 12. Looks to be military issued.
Well, that's not good.
Do you know anyone that wears a size 12 and steals?
Yeah. That's a big list.
Oh, right, the biker group. If I walk past it, do I see any more footprints?
You do not.
Fuck. Guess that's
I mean, we
another
could
mystery to
just
solve.
go
I
buy
continue
you more
walking.
tactical gear.
Yeah, but it's got a serial number and an insignia, and they're expecting that back. We're supposed to keep this under wraps or it can blow our cover. We should probably head in the direction the footprint is pointing and see if we find anything else.
Sure. Let's just wander off in the direction and hope we find him.
I'm not saying a mile, I just mean like a street or so, you know?
Alright. Let's go.
And as you start off in the direction that the footprint's going, the camera slowly pans out, gives us a little bit of a view of the area of London, and then fades to black. And that's where we're going into tonight's session.
Awesome. I really enjoyed this one. This was a blast.
Thank you.
You're
Very
welcome.
fun.
I am loving all your characters. I love the whole Sasha being in denial. Mick running through the, is this real? Is this true? And then the whole bickering between Gwen and Fenrir is just amazing.
Wait, we never got our money. We gotta go back now. But yeah, this is really fun. I'm glad we were able to pull a group together like this. I'm enjoying it.
So that has been London's Not Dead, A Time to Learn. We will be here next week, 4 p.m. Eastern, with the next episode, and see what happens with our new neonates and, our vampires that have been around a while. The Baron dropped a lot of heavy stuff on you all tonight. He named 3 clans that two that were supposedly completely wiped out, and one that is probably more terrifying than anything any of you could imagine.
Would I have been around when the last war with the Sabbat happened? I mean, yeah, obviously I would have been. Yeah, I would have been around. I don't know if I would have been a vampire.
You heard tales in your travels of men and women who could basically change another person's flesh to outright cripple them with a touch, almost as if they were inflicting a plague or a curse.
I don't want to fight them.
Something.
Well, still got a while. It could just be rumors.
Could be.
It could be like Lysombra. They might be coming to the Camarilla. Who knows? Some of them may defect to the Anarchs. But thank you all for tuning in and watching, sticking around with us. We appreciate you all being here.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank everybody for being here. Anyone that I don't know if anyone followed us, I didn't see.
I didn't see any. I think it was just a lot like last week. I was trying to watch the chat, and every time I went to respond, something would happen. So I would have to get into character.
I've been watching chat too, and I didn't see anyone follow. But thank everyone here that is followed, and if you haven't followed us, please follow us. We run another session on Monday. It's an Icewind Dale game.
We gained 1 follow from what I can see, but I have no idea how to check. Who was that?
Yeah, and also make sure to check out the charity event we're doing with Jared's Game Day. I'm pretty sure most of us are going to be playing. Oh yeah, sorry,
Jasper's Game Day.
My bad. I'm new. I've not done any work with them before. Yeah, definitely check that out. I'm pretty sure that a handful of us are going to be playing in some of the games. I'm pretty sure I'm doing Runesmith, right?
Let's see. Yes, Ryan will be playing in Runesmith's game. Jeremy will be playing at Ellie Collins.
I'm excited for that.
Playing in all the games.
I'm absolutely. Gil is playing in a few. I'm just trying to find because they're giving you so many tags.
So many games.
So little time. You're gonna be playing in games. Simon's, who's the Wonder DM, Lily's, and you're gonna be playing in JB's.
And I'm also going to be hosting a game and running one Thursday. So if you guys are interested in an early Thursday game, it's 11 EST, 3 EST?
It's 12 EST to 3 EST. They're 3-hour increments.
So yeah, go bid on that if you want. It's up, and I don't want to have 0 bids, guys, so go bid on me, please.
I'll bid on you, Gil. You don't know where you're going to be in your game.
What if we all just bid for the seats and then did another game of VTM that night?
I ain't hosting the game. I ain't hosting it. I don't know how to DM Vampire the Masquerade. Ain't my job. I don't know.
We leave that to our professional Jeremy over here.
I wouldn't say I'm a professional. I
do have an idea. I do have an idea for Vampire the Masquerade though now for something that we might could do. I don't have to talk to you after the stream because that might be interesting.
Yeah, I'm definitely can see why people would enjoy like this game because it's a lot more roleplay focused, and I enjoy the system where you choose points into your backstory at the start of the game. So it's like usually when I play D&D, I have to ask people questions as they take certain actions, like how did you get here? Do you know this person? Do you remember anything about this? And like build a backstory during play. But having stuff already there, like a framework, is way easier.
It makes it easier. It does.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, that has been London's Not Dead. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.
See you.